the Steelers did not win the game on Sunday, and Diontae Johnson probably will be making a charitable contribution to an organization of the NFL's choice in the near future based upon what he had to say to the officials who worked the Jaguars-Steelers game. Here's just a little bit of what Johnson had to say in the locker room after the Steelers lost.
I don't care what nobody say. They cost us the game. Like, yeah, I got to make plays, them 2 plays, them catches, whatever, but that don't define me, you know what I'm saying, the whole game.
One more, guys.
How about them missing the call on Kenny where he hurt his ribs? Looked like he got rough there, too.
They wanted them to win. Bro. They was calling. Everything was in their favor. Like, they were getting every little call. But it is what it is.
Yeah, he said more than that. He said they must have gotten paid pretty good. He talked about how that officiating crew was at training camp and he didn't like them then and doesn't like them now. There was the controversial offside on a field goal where the Steelers were lined up in a way that the officials deemed was offside. There was a pool report from referee Alan Eck defending it. Social media thinks it's kooky talk, as you might say. But when Johnson crosses that line of saying they must have gotten paid good today, that's when, Chris, I believe he sets himself up for a hefty fine from the NFL.
No doubt. I mean, he's criticizing the officials. He's, insinuating other things were at play there. I would think that warrants a fine, definitely. It's a tough call here. I understand in this moment. I get it. But at the same time, this has been, and I'm shocked to hear the Steelers making excuses. Usually nobody on the Steelers do that. And I know Mike Tomlin's mad as hell here. But this has been a talking point in football because of the tush-push. When they showed the shot down the line, in one of the replays here, I know it's not a regular called thing, but it looked like, yes, that there was Steelers in the neutral zone. It's just something I think that's not called all that often, but right now is kind of at the forefront of the referees' minds because of the tush-push and some of the complaining by defensive coaches that the offensive players are in the neutral zone. You're giving them an advantage. And they're looking for it extra close right now. I didn't think it was the wrong call. It's just one that's not called very often.
I haven't confirmed this, but someone texted me over the weekend that there were 3 of these calls like that, offside on a field goal where the line up by the offensive team was in the neutral zone. And, yeah, Tomlin beside himself, what is wrong with y'all today, with an expletive or 2 in there is what he was saying to the official. But it's one thing to criticize the officials' competence. It's another thing to criticize and question their integrity. That was always the dividing line. Like, for non-players, if you criticize them in any way, you get smacked by the league with a fine. For players, the way it was explained to me is we'll give them some leeway to criticize, but if they question their integrity, that's when they get penalized. And in this age of legalized gambling where everyone's looking for the next Tim Donaghy, thou shalt not suggest that the officials are getting paid to skew a game a certain way.
Well, and we got to state here that they both had the same amount of penalties, and the Jaguars had more penalty yards than the Steelers in the football game. I mean, there's a kind of a clear fact that says, hey, you're not exactly right there. Just like to state that.
Hang on. Right. But there is a difference between first quarter penalties and fourth quarter penalties.
I hear you.
People say that from time to time.
Right.
Oh, well, they didn't call it on him in the first. Right. There are key moment penalties. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.